Nij- Nizamuddin Aulia was a contemporary of which Tughlaq ruler? So it's Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, right? Next is what? Who built the Sarnath pillar? That is Ashoka, right? Next is what? Next is which animal are depicted at the lower part of Ashoka's Sarnath pillar? So it's elephant, horse, bull, and lion, right? Next is what? That established who established, I mean to say, who established his dynasty on the threefold basis of tolerance, generosity, and compassion. So it's Ashoka, right? Next is what? Where did Ashoka mention the Cholas, Pandyas, you know Kerala Putras, and Satya Putras as his neighboring power? So it's Rock Addict 2. Next is what? In Ashoka's inscriptions, which is the only son mentioned here? Tivara. Okay. Next is what? Which dynasties ruled for the longest period during the Delhi Sultanate? Delhi Sultanate here. The Tughlaq dynasty. Next is what here? Which shifted? I mean to say, who shifted the capital of Hindustan from Delhi to Dolatabad? So it's Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Next is what here? Next is Muhammad. Okay. Who shifted the capital of Hindustan from Delhi to Dolatabad? So it's Muhammad bin Tughlaq, right? Next is what? In which inscription did Ashoka mention himself for the first time? So it's Musky inscription. Next is what? Who was the first to decipher Ashoka's Brahmi inscription? So it's James Prinsep. Next is what? Who founded Srinagar? So it's Ashoka. Next is what? Under whose guardianship did Akbar rule until 1560 AD? So it's Bairam Khan, right? Next is what? Who was the first medieval ruler for ruler of India to prohibit the practice of sati? So Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Next is what? Which sultan was the first to spread a network of canals for irrigation in North India? So it's Firoz Tughlaq. Next is what? When did the rise of Maratha power take place? So in the later half of the 17th century, right? Next is what? Under whose leadership did the Maratha power emerge in the later half of the 17th century? So Shivaji. So here when and where was Babur born? So it's 24 February 1483 AD at Fargana. Okay. Next is what here? Against whom did Babur launch his first attack on India? So it's the Yusuf Zayes. Okay. Next is what? When is Babur first major invasion considered? So it's 1526 AD, right? Okay. Next is what? The first battle of Panipat was found between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur. Next is what? When was the first battle of Panipat fought? So it's 1526 AD, right? Next is what? When and between whom was the battle of Khandwa fought? So it's 1527 AD between Rana Sanga and Babur, right? Next is what? The battle between Babur and Medini Rai is known as the Battle of Chanderi 1528 AD. The battle between Babur and Medini Rai is known as the Battle of Chanderi 1528 AD, right? Okay. So your next question is the Battle of Ghagra. Whom did Babur defeat? So here Mahmud Lodi, brother of Ibrahim Lodi. Right. Next question is what? By what name is Babur's autobiography known? Tuzuki Baburi. So it's Babur Nama. Next is what? In which battle did Babur use artillery for the first time? The first battle of Panipat. Next is what? When and between whom was the second battle of Panipat fought 1556 AD between Akbar and Hemu Vikramaditya. Okay, next question is what? You know, uh, who won the second battle of Panipat? So it's Akbar. Next is what? Which battle did Akbar fight and win immediately after acceding the throne? So it's the battle of the second battle of Panipat. Next is what? Who was the first lawgiver of India? So it's Manu. Who was the propounder of Vaishika philosopher? So it's Maharishi Uluka Kannada. Okay. Next is what? Who was the propounder of Nyaya philosopher? So it's Maharshi Gautam. I mean, so who was the propounder of Nyaya philosophy? So it's Maharshi Gautam. Okay. Next is what? Who was the propounder of you know Shakya philosophy? So it's Kapila Muni. Okay. Next is what? Who was the propounder of Purva Mimamsa philosophy? So it's Gemini. Okay. Next is what? Who built the Kailas Nath temple of Kachipuram? So it's Narsim Narsimbram II, that is called Rajasimha. Right. Next is what? Who built the Mukteshwar temple and Vaikunt Perumal temple at Kachipuram? So it's here Nandi Varman II. Okay. Who was the founder of Rashtrakuta dynasty? So it's Dandi Durga. Next is what? Krishna 1, Govinda 3, Amogha Varsha, Krishna 2, Indra 3, and Krishna 3 were rulers of which dynasty? So it's Rashtrakuta dynasty, right? Next is what? Who was the capital of Rashtrakuta dynasty? So it's Malkhed Manyakheta. Okay, who was the first ruler of the Rashtrakuta dynasty? So it's Dhruva. Okay, right. Next question is what here? Which Rashtrakuta ruler, defeated the Pratibha ruler Nagabhat II? So it's Govinda III, right? Okay, who was the founder of Haryak dynasty? So it's Bimbisar. Next is what? Who was the last ruler of Rashtrakuta dynasty? So it's Krishna III. Next is what? The Ellora and Elephanta caves in Maharashtra were constituted during the reign of which ruler? So it's the Rashtrakutas, right? Next is what? Who founded the Chalukya dynasty of Kalyani? So it's the Telapa II. Right. Next is what? Who founded the Chalukya dynasty of Batapi? So it's Badami King Jaisimha. Right. Next question is what? Pulakeshin 1, Pulakeshin 2. So it's Vijayaditya and Kirti Varman. Were rulers of which dynasty? So it's Chalukya dynasty, Vadami branch. Okay, next is what? Who was the founder of Eastern Chalukya dynasty of Vengi? So it's Vishnuvardhan. Okay, who was the founder of the Chola dynasty? So it's Vijayale. Okay, next question is what here? Okay, who was the capital of Chola dynasty? So it's Thanjavur Tazore. Okay, that was the 50 to 100 question. Then after onward, I will go for 100 to 150. So step by step we will take the knowledge of history part by part. So that was the second part, right? I have already published the first part, that is there in 1 to 50. So now it's 50 to 100. Then in three parts it will gonna be 100 to 150. Then in fourth part 150 to 200, right? So accordingly we will proceed, right? Part by part we have to learn, and then after onward we can go for any kind of examination, right? So in that way, you will gonna be understand that strategically you're understanding it, right? There's no any kind of hurdles, right? There is no hardcore of understanding, right? This is the particular simplest manner, right? So step by step, if we conceive the knowledge, then it will gonna be better for the competitive examination or any kind of examination, right? So this is 50 to 100. Then after onward, I will release the part 3, right? From 100 to 150. So yeah, that was